Pro Athlete Week. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And our Pro Athlete Week, we went looking for the best guy we could find. And he wasn't available, so we got Nick Novak of the San Diego Chargers. I'm only kidding, Nick.
Yeah.
Welcome here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Exciting to have you here.
Yeah, this is
great.
This is a treat. I've grew up here, and I grew up watching you cooking on TV. So this is
once again, that makes me feel old, dude. I'd just rather you say I enjoy watching you rather than I grew up watching.
Wait,
you.
how old is he?
It's a harsh reality. I am a little bit younger than you.
Yeah, you are. How old are you? 20?
I'm 32.
32.
That's
32.
not bad.
I was going to say 20. I don't know why.
I mean,
It's just your boyish good looks.
I got to keep that young look. Keep the NFL fooled.
Well, it's definitely working. You don't have to worry about that.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right, so let's do this. Let's get. We all have lots of questions for you.
Okay.
Food questions too. And there's a rumor that you're going to make. So the thing is, we get this. Nick's going to come and he's going to make Maryland crab cakes because he lived there. We're so excited about that. Until an email later on this afternoon going, he doesn't know how to make Maryland crab cakes. Apparently what that meant to say was he liked Maryland crab cakes and he would like them to be made for him. Is that what that was all about?
I think so. I enjoy eating them.
Well, guess what? You're making them today, my friend.
Oh.
So we're going to get to that. But let's just do a quick little thumbnail of you, right? So born in San Diego, moved to
Virginia.
high school in Virginia,
High school, Virginia. Yeah.
college where?
University of Maryland.
University of Maryland. Hence the crab cakes.
Terrapin. Yep.
Yeah,
Terrapin, lived there for
and you did well there.
Yeah, we had some great teams.
Yeah.
Played for Coach Ralph Region.
By the way, you know what? Just let me say, that's a comment that makes me like a guy right off the bat. I said you did well there, and instead of like listing off shit that he's won, because I'm looking at there's all kinds of awards and things that you picked up there. Your answer was there's some good teams.
Yeah, great
You
players.
threw it on the whole group.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like you already. If you are just an asshole for the whole rest of this conversation, that won't matter in my mind because now you've set yourself as a good guy.
Thank you.
Okay,
No,
keep going.
No, it's all about because I'm a field goal kicker, so it's all about my long snapper and holder and the line that protects me. So
Right.
I'm always the first to acknowledge them.
Yeah. By the way, can somebody remember when we put the show up?
Yeah.
Can we? I didn't say Nick Novak kicker from San Diego Chargers. I just said Nick Novak.
Yeah.
And assumed that everybody knew who he was. So we should CG him.
Yes.
Underneath. Max, you remember that?
I can do that. Yes.
Wow, I'm the world's worst interviewer. Okay, so you graduate. You go to Maryland.
Graduated with a kinesiology degree, study of motion.
Yeah. Now, so both your parents were professors. We read. Yes.
Yes. So they were professors at San Diego State University and USD.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Virginia. They were both professors at UVA, nursing, pediatric nursing, and then my dad was speech and hearing, audiology.
And was there a lot of pressure for you to go into like serious higher education?
No, I mean they just gave us all the opportunities in the world. Never put that type of pressure on us. You have to go into the business world right away. They knew our passion early on was sports.
Yeah.
And
but by you say us, that means
my twin brother and older brother, Chris and Andrew.
Yeah.
They both played college soccer. Chris played at San Diego State.
Yeah.
And then he transferred to Purdue. And got his master's degree in hotel tourism management. So he's a revenue manager in Denver now.
Mm-hmm.
And my older brother's district attorney in Dallas.
Good guy to know.
So he puts away the bad guys.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Diversity in the family careers. I like that.
Yeah, we're all over the board. I don't know, I guess I'm the least intelligent of the group. I'm still playing. Hopefully I can play for as long as I can. But
Well, let me ask you this: When in your football career did the moment come when you said, "I think this could be a profession for me," as opposed to just a sport?
Well, the Bears signed me in 2005 to compete against probably 5 or 6 kickers, and made it to the final cut. It was Doug Bryan and I. Doug Bryan was a 15-year vet, so it was a tough competition. He went probably 92%, 95% in camp, didn't miss anything. I went about 87, 89%.
Yeah.
And so I quickly realized that it was about putting. It wasn't just about kicking field goals and making field goals. I mean, this is about providing for your family, and you know, there's so much more into it. I had to learn how to become a pro, and you know, early on, watching him kick and the way he went about his business,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from Doug. And you know, going through those competitions, I had it in my mind, no matter what, if I wasn't going to make the Bears, I was going to, you know, something. I wasn't going to quit. I was going to keep going.
Yeah.
And right away, the Redskins starter got injured that year in 2005, and I played as a rookie. And
Interesting how a door closes for somebody and opens for somebody else.
You just got to keep a good attitude and stay focused.
And your first professional year,
Played for 4 teams my rookie year.
how was that?
Sometimes it's just the way it goes, you know. Unfortunately, the only way to get a job in this league as a kicker, you either get drafted, and you have a start to your career like that,
Right.
or you wait for a guy to get injured or
Yeah.
not perform. And
Yeah.
I've never wished that upon anybody, because I have so much respect for I call them my colleagues. I mean, all the kickers in the NFL.
Yeah.
And my competitors. So it's,
Once again, you're a good guy, man. I'm digging what you're saying.
So I just went back to work when I got released. Whenever I got released, I went back to work. Whether that was at Maryland, they let me train there, or Purdue, my parents were professors there. Those schools, they let me train for as long as I needed to stay ready.
Okay, so you're done with the Redskins.
Yep.
Next?
Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Neil Rackers was coming off. He's had a Pro Bowl season. It was like 44 of 48 or something ridiculous. And
Yeah.
So I added 3 field goals to that record season, and they ended up keeping me for training camp the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent the off season and preseason with Arizona, and then so when I got released in 2006, the Skins call again. Their kicker, John Hall, gets injured. Play for them for about 6 or 7 games for Joe Gibbs, and that was a great experience playing for a Hall of Fame
nice.
coach.
And all these phone calls are coming through your manager, is that right? Or agent?
Chad Weisling.
Yeah.
He was also a Maryland alum, played football, was a captain, and
And does he call up and go, good news?
he's just always. Yeah, he always called me. Usually I'll get a call on Mondays,
Yeah.
and Tuesdays the teams will fly you in Monday night. You try out Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that was during the season. That's my game day, pretty much Tuesday.
So it's just a phone call Monday, you jump on a plane, you go someplace.
And then you try out with about 4 or 5 guys. They tell you after the workout,
Right then?
right then, and
You're just standing there with the other 4 or 5 guys.
they say, go in the locker room, shower up, get ready. You're either going to go home or you're going to stay. So,
I couldn't do it.
and they never tell you how to pack, because you're either packing for, you have to pack, you have to bring everything.
You're either packing to go on the road and play,
Or stay for the rest of the season, or
or go home.
or go home. So I'd always pack, just expecting to make the team. So it was always. I learned from every experience. You're competing against the best, and
I have to say, I believe your professor parents have done a lot of good things with you, setting up your mind the right way for how to handle moments like this in life.
they're so smart.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from them. Just work ethic, and taught me a lot on how to, when I have my own family of my own, how to raise my kids and
Yep.
just be a good role model for them and provide them opportunity.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Okay, so let's go. So back to Redskins. Yep.
Redskins 06 was released.
Yep.
And that was my fault. I think the whole thing, I'll tell you, it's a process of refinement. People think that you failed, you were cut, you failed, or you didn't win the job during training camp. And for me, it was just a process of getting better and understanding, looking myself in the mirror, understanding you have to change something if you want to play in this league. And for me, it was technique. I had to go to Mike Hollis, Mike Husted, John Carney, who was a Chargers great. So. Changed my technique and got an opportunity. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. In 07, the Bears called again, sent me to NFL Europe. So I played in Germany for 3 months.
How was that?
I mean, you have a free rail pass. You're getting paid to play in Germany and
You're playing against other NFL guys,
other
essentially,
NFL
right?
guys. Yep. And every team was required to have 3 or 4 guys from local guys.
Yeah.
And these guys just love football.
Yeah.
Some guys were kind of were out of the league or were getting too expensive, so the NFL didn't want to re-sign them, so they go to the NFL Europe to keep playing.
And are the crowds receptive to football over there?
They loved it.
They do.
They have kind of a what do you call it? They love especially the kicking part of the game because soccer is number 1 over there.
Right.
And it's just
And-
it's just I've answered many questions to young kids on how do I kick, and especially over there and over here. Just the international fan base we have is so great, and I think the kicking part of the game is really appreciated by our international fans.
And just to digress a second, stadium food at a football game in Germany would be not a hot dog, but what, a bratwurst?
Bratwurst,
and
some warm beer.
Yeah.
They love warm beer. It's hard to find ice over there when I was there.
Right.
But free train pass, and you're with guys that are passionate about the game.
Yeah.
So it was most importantly, I was able to play, and I think that's most important for all of us as athletes. It gives us confidence. You get better with the experience.
I get the feeling that a lot of guys coming out of that situation, ending up in the Europe Football League, would look at it like it was a step down. I sensed that you looked at it like it was a real opportunity for you.
It was an opportunity for me to play. The Bears, first of all, you're allocated by an NFL team to go over there. So I was under contract by the Bears to play there during the summer. So I came back right before training camp, and immediately they put me through a workout.
Yeah.
And I went 14 for 15, missing the last kick from 55.
Jeez.
I think wide left, but they were impressed that I was able to be on a flight for that long, come back and just, without excuse perform. And that's another thing, is the ability to adapt and just, kind of take a deep breath.
Welcome to life, right?
Right. It was a good test for me. But they kept me for training camp.
Yeah. So then?
Competed against Robbie Gould.
Yeah.
Robbie Gould, he's an all-pro, so that was a good competition. He'll tell you himself that it was close. It was a close competition.
Yeah.
The competitor that I am, it's hard for me to ever admit that I lost, but I'll tell you though, it's happened a few times. Billy Cundiff has gotten the best of me a few times, and but Robbie and I, that was a good competition, and really appreciate the professionalism that he showed during that experience. We were close friends, and nobody really wants to kick in Chicago, and he's been able to do it at such a high level, and so.
That's got to be brutal in a location like that. You sit around for huge chunks of time trying to keep yourself warm. You're not active on the field, and then you got to perform in seconds. And
right, that's a huge part of it too. Is game management. So you're on the bench, or most of the time the benches are heated.
Yeah.
Or you have a heater on either side of the bench.
Yeah.
But that's a huge part. You can't just sit there and bundle up.
I see the bikes sometimes on the sidelines. Yeah.
There's a bike. Usually the running backs are on there. I don't like getting on the bike just because of the motion.
Yeah, it doesn't work for you.
Yeah, so
So what does work for you?
I just stay up. I either bundle up and sit on the bench for a little bit, but most of all stay loose and stretch. I like kicking in the cold. It's just, for me, I think the body, mentally, I'm extra focused and always focused, but it's just different when you're playing those conditions. It's kind of, you step it up.
Okay, keep going, because you're still not even in San Diego yet.
Right. So where was I? Chicago.
Chicago.
So I come back and then go to training camp, get released. 2008 was probably the toughest off season. Went through, every kicker. Billy Cundiff and I, Connor Barth. We compete. It's me and Connor Barth. We go to training camp in 2008 with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they pick me. I play 7 or 8 games, get released. They bring back Connor Barth. That's usually what happens if you're in a competition.
Yeah.
They bring back the guy that played in preseason.
Tell me the getting released conversation. How does that go?
Oh, that one was interesting. The general manager not general manager, but the player personnel guy at the time, who's now works for ESPN. Can't remember his name, but I asked him, I was like, so do you think I'll ever play in the NFL again? He goes, no, I think you need to find another job or a new career path.
Wait a second. So are you in the locker room? The guy comes up and he goes, "Hey Nick, when you're all showered up, I want to talk to you."
Well, when did that happen? They called me in on a Monday after their Sunday game, and you know that they're going to release you, so you go straight up to the personnel office.
They call you, ask you to come in.
Come in. And
it's a long drive, right?
Bring your playbook and.
Bring your playbook. That's it.
The playbook is the one.
Going to get released, yeah. So, you know, I just took it in stride. But that was the defining moment for me, is that he was able to tell me that I wasn't going to play again, and for me that gave me an edge. It refocused me to go and change my technique and be honest with myself. And I wanted to prove him wrong. I wanted to get better because I knew I had to, and I wanted to keep playing. And so after Kansas City, what happened? 2009. 2009 was pretty much dead because of what happened in 2008.
So what are you doing?
University of Maryland, Dr. Yao hired me to work in the development office. So I could train in the mornings, and in the afternoons I'd work there for about 4 hours.
Work with players?
I'd work development I'd cold call alumni to try to raise money to build their new.
Oh no, I thought you meant development, like player development. No.
This was the development office to get money for the athletic department to raise money for their new press box.
So pretty much the opposite of anything that you would want to do.
Oh yeah, I had no experience doing that, but I knew a lot of the guys I was calling. So
sure.
I'm thankful for that opportunity, just because I just. Working for minimum wage for 4 hours, and then at the end of the month you see a check for $360, and you realize it makes you really appreciate how hard people work for that check. And I was for me it was nice because I was getting some spending money but I wanted to get back to the league right away, and that
it is. I'll be honest, it is hard not to like you. Nick Novak, the things you say. Do you talk to kids? I mean, you speak in life lesson quotes that I feel like
speaking of kids
should be hearing. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, it's my brother.
Which one are you?
I'm the middle one. Yeah, that's our dog, first dog, Rojo.
Rojo.
That's on a quiet
A bunch of little
slope.
Toe-headed California boys, yeah?
That's right.
Yeah.
We had a Vanagon. My dad had a Vanagon. He'd usually park on that hill. And one day he forgot to put the brake on and it rolled down the hill.
I would guess that there's a very good chance that one of you boys were conceived in that Vanagon.
Probably.
Oh, geez. Come on, man. God.
I never had that.
Hey, it's a Vanagon. It was the years. Come on, it was the 80s.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was tan and.
Okay. So you get the guy at the Chiefs says you're never going to play again.
Right.
Find another path in life, son.
That's right.
And you take that as a building opportunity.
So after the 2009 season.
Terrible 2009 season.
Right. Well, I had a lot. I mean, I had probably 5 or 6 workouts still that year in 2009. The Chargers actually called in playoffs that year to be their kickoff guy because.
Oh, sweet.
Nate was going into playoffs with something, and they ended up signing Dave Rayner in 2009. But then what was the kind of pivotal point after that was 2010. Gary Zahner has this regional combine thing, so I'm competing against 30 or 40 other kickers with the same dream as mine, and came out of that rated number 1. Zahner calls the Chargers and says, "I got a guy for you. If you need a camp leg, he's your guy." And a camp leg, I knew Nate was the guy.
Right.
So I came and made the most of that opportunity, tried to kick as well as I could in preseason, and just make a good impression on the Chargers. And ended up working out after 2010 is when it started, our relationship, and just always being available for them. And I learned a lot from Kading. He's one of the greatest kickers in NFL history. And
now he's a restaurant owner.
Yeah, I heard he's got quite a few restaurants.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
And last I heard is he's back in school and he's going to become a professor or an adjunct professor.
Wow,
in
good for him.
University
That's
of Iowa.
cool. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Smart guy. But
Okay, so keep going. Okay, I said let's do this quickly. I can't believe. I mean, I'm really interested in it, but you've got a lot of history. Like, do you have an unusual amount of history, or is this a
I
typical
think it's
path
typical.
for a lot of guys? Yeah.
I think kickers coming in need to speak to veteran guys.
Yes.
This is what it takes.
Yes.
It's not always going to be perfect. You're not going to get drafted and play for the same team your entire career.
But it's clearly a story of perseverance.
Perseverance.
Because there were, I mean, as you're telling it, there's clearly many opportunities along this path that you could have said, screw it, I'm done. It's obviously not working. Nobody likes me. I'm going to take my toys and go home.
Right.
But you didn't do that.
That's exactly it.
Each time you had the complete opposite reaction to that.
I don't know. Maybe it's my parents or my brothers.
Right.
What they instilled in me is
Yeah.
never quit. And I don't know. It's just first time I kicked the ball, I knew I wanted to try to become as good as I could be. So.
Okay, so keep going. I want to get to the point where you actually are here now in San Diego.
Okay. So 2010, 2011,
Yeah.
Nate goes down. I'm
Yeah.
actually in camp with the New York Jets and get
Yeah.
released in 2011. Come back to San Diego to train. Nate gets hurt first play of the season. So I'm at Chiefs in Solana Beach having a burger. Just
I know Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
Shout out for Chiefs. Everybody loves Chiefs.
I was kicking at Santa Fe Christian with Mike Husted.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we went there to watch the games, opening day, and I was like, okay.
You're watching him get hurt?
Watching this happen. So I called my agent. I was like, what's going to happen? I just made sure that I was ready for the call if it came the next day, and it did, and worked out against 3 guys and won the competition that day. And I can't remember who we played against the first game, but that's where it all started. But I never had I had the mindset I was going to go in, do my job. I knew that Nate was the guy regardless.
Yes.
But I knew that he was out for the whole season. So.
Yes. So let me ask you this. I'm curious about the competition. You get the
Right.
phone call, you're going in, you don't know who's going to be there. You get there, you see who it is. They just put what? They put a ball on the 30 and then the 40 and then you just have to keep kicking? It's just one after another? Like, is that what it is?
Yeah, well, that day we kicked through 9-foot poles. 9-foot pole is a skinnier pole than that regulation. Regulation is 6.5, is 6 yards 6 inches.
Yeah.
So we'll have about 10 or 13 field goals. Start close and go back.
They just give you a little mini space.
Yeah, it was good.
It's all about accuracy.
Yep.
And your percentage that day, do you remember?
Aim small, miss small. I believe I missed 1 or 2. I don't know what the other guys did.
What did you just say? You just said aim small, miss small.
Aim small, miss small.
Yeah.
So that's usually you'll catch me kicking at poles, light poles, and on the
Just
field.
trying to beat him.
Yeah, we have a nice
Right?
one right in our practice facility. So
Yeah.
if you can hit that, you can hit 6 yards 6 inches.
I would imagine.
It's like
you
kicking into an
can hit a
ocean.
pole. You can hit a pole this big. You can hit 18 feet.
Right, 18 feet.
Yeah. And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Does it feel right?
Absolutely. I mean, it took me this long to get. I never, in my mind, thought that I'd play for the San Diego Chargers because they've always had great kickers.
Mm.
And
By the way, they still do.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm just very thankful for the Spanos family, Telesco, McCoy, for them to have faith in me, especially a new group coming in.
Right.
And the Spanos family just having that confidence and trusting me to re-sign me.
Your girlfriend has how long have you been boyfriend girlfriend?
4 years.
So she's been with you all this through all this, or has it been a long distance relationship?
No, she's been with me since I've been in San Diego.
Putting up since San Diego, okay.
Yeah, so about almost 4 years.
Yeah.
2010 off season.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so she's a nurse, and I have a soft spot for nurses because my mom.
Your mom,
was a nurse,
exactly,
and,
yeah.
she was working at Sharp Memorial where I was born, and she lives in the same neighborhood that I was born as well. So I
Look at
thought
that.
that all the stars were aligning. So she's a native from Temecula also, so it's awesome.
Okay, some easy questions.
Mm-hmm.
Longest field goal we know is
53 in a game.
yeah.
Hopefully beat that here pretty soon.
There you go. We'll keep our
Yeah.
our best wishes for you. We won't say fingers crossed because that sounds like I don't know. Fingers crossed to me sounds like it's just like a gambling kind of thing. It could go either way. But
Right.
best wishes means more than that. Shortest that you've missed.
To be honest with you, I forget.
You put it out of your
I
mind?
forget the ones I miss.
Yeah.
I move on quickly.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the shortest one I missed. It probably happened in college when I wasn't as experienced as I am now. But it's
Okay.
even if I knew it, I wouldn't tell you.
What about
All
that
right,
one?
best moment. Best moment in your NFL career.
Probably. Let's see.
And the Spanoses probably aren't watching, so you don't have to say that day that you got pulled in. You say anything. Best moment in the NFL.
Well, my first NFL game.
That's what I was getting. That's what I was imagining the
yeah.
answer would be. Yeah.
You know, when I put on the Bears uniform back then,
Yeah.
and just being emotional. I remember myself like not crying, but tearing up, putting on an NFL jersey, and then
You cried. You can say you cried. Did you cry?
realizing.
Is Nick Novak
yeah,
telling us that he cried that day?
I mean, just
In the locker room, and the guys were, "Oh, what's the matter, Novak?" "Well, nothing. I just got something in my eye."
I mean, this was a preseason game,
Yeah.
and I'm in warm-ups, so
An even bigger baby.
right. So
That's fantastic.
that moment quickly passed, and I went from
Yeah.
okay, you're here. You haven't made it, but you're here. And the moments that really stick with me are the game winners.
Yes.
One with the Redskins.
Yes.
A 37-yarder, I believe, and the Chargers against the Eagles. Those moments stick with you the most because you're stepping up for your team, and
Yes.
those moments they rely on you the most, and the fans, the organization. So those are special. You dream about those.
You're a cool guy. So have we already heard the worst moment, which, I mean, arguably might not be worst because you used it as a building block, but would it be the guy telling you that you weren't going to play in the NFL?
If I saw him again, I think it's Jimmy Ray. No,
Yeah.
not Jimmy Ray. Sorry, not Jimmy Ray. It wasn't Jimmy Ray. It was. I would probably say thank you.
But was that the worst moment at that moment?
At that moment, I mean,
Was that it?
I was. If you think I was emotional then, I was emotional there too. And
So can I ask you, did you cry after that?
when you get released, for me, I've always. It's always
Yeah.
disappointing. It's always a sad moment because you got to pack up, you got to go home, and personally, I want to be the best kicker I can for my team.
Of course.
Not let my guys down.
I'll tell you something, in my own career, I found that the things that I wanted and thought would happen haven't. The things I didn't expect to happen did.
Right.
And it's all worked out super well. And I guess maybe there's life lessons in all of this, but if you hang yourself too much on one particular thing, it can ruin you. You got to be open, right? Maybe that's where we're going.
You just got to decide what you want
Yeah.
and stick to it. Don't compromise your dreams for anybody.
So one of the boys asked you this, and Max or Lynn, I think, asked you this earlier. You get recognized, and you said,
Usually it's teenage boys at the mall that
Yeah.
would stop me, and high school kids ask for an autograph, and it's always weird because I'm the same as you. I'm nothing. I'm no one special. But if you think that because I'm a Charger, I will give you an autograph. And but it's special because I realize how much work I put into it and what it took to get to the NFL. So if I can just, not that I'm a celebrity or I'm a pro athlete, if I can just pass on to them that you could play in the NFL, or you could be a doctor, or you could be whatever you want. But you can't, just because you fail, it's a process, it's a journey, and you just got to keep going if you really want it.
I mean, come on, your own story, there'd be a lot of people that would say NFL Europe would be the bottom, and then it would just be out from there.
Well, I left out the UFL. I played in the UFL also.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was that 2010 season where I was released by the Chargers. I decided to play for the UFL, and it was no opportunity for me to play and be the guy. And it's just the league actually is no longer. They went under.
Yeah.
but it was probably the next best thing to the NFL because it was an outdoors, same rules. There needs to be something like that in place. If I think there is now, but that's like almost a farm league. It's college football and then a farm league and then the NFL.
Yeah.
But
That would be a good thing, right?
it'd be great. It'd be great just to keep this.
Some would argue that the CFL is a farm league.
Right.
That's where I'm from, and
Yeah. I mean, it's different. The rules are very different.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
But it's still.
I would have played if they would have asked me.
Still
to.
throwing, catching, kicking, running, blocking, tackling. I mean, those elements don't change.
No. And I was practicing punting because I know as a kicker you have to do all three if you go to Canada.
Yeah.
So I was definitely open-minded in 2010 or 2009 to see if I had a future in Canada as well,
Yeah.
just to keep playing.
It's kind of the same, but a lot colder.
Mm-hmm.
And the fans are just as crazy up there in some of the cities, you know?
Yeah.
Some of the cities are they're really whack up there.
So,
Boys, questions for the very open, very honest Mr. Novak.
I know. I found this funny picture online.
Yes, let's have a look.
It says
Before you
San
do
Diego
that,
Chargers kicker Nick Novak pees on the sideline during the game against the Denver
He's got a
Broncos.
picture of you peeing on the sideline. Is that what you're doing there?
I was just about to ask you,
don't turn away.
can I go to the bathroom?
What are you doing there?
You can't go during a game.
I got caught peeing, and that
Peeing
happened
in what?
right by the Gatorade. The guy forgot the other guy holding up the towel. There's supposed to be another one.
Wait. Are you telling me, is this typical game behavior?
That is typical, and it's surprising to me that people think that we don't pee on the sidelines because
I've never seen that.
it is part of the game. And there were some people that were.
What are you peeing into?
I'm just peeing out on the ground.
Oh, into the grass or the
On
turf.
There's a little bit of grass right underneath that.
And is it because it's a long walk back to the locker room?
It is, and so I didn't want to miss a play.
And they couldn't put a porta potty there for you?
I think that'd be more embarrassing.
I guess you're right. Maybe it would. I don't know. The guy not holding up the other towel, maybe that's embarrassing.
I just tried to embrace that as well as I could. Maybe do some commercials for Flomax or whatever.
I think at 32, you don't have to worry about that.
Gatorade won't be hiring you anytime soon.
And by the way, being the old man in the room, I don't have to worry about that either. Thankfully, I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and racing to the bathroom.
Denials first.
I'm fine. Denials first. Be quiet, Lynn. All right. Well, this is fantastic. What I'm really excited to see is what you can do with these crab cakes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to learn from the best.
Well, he couldn't be here, so you got me. There we go. We start and we end the same way. Okay, here's the deal. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't go away. When we come back, San Diego Chargers kicker, the great Nick Novak, maybe the most humble, wonderful guy that we've met in a long time here on the live cast, will be put to the test to see if he knows what they have to do with the ingredients we have in the kitchen. You guys have Old Bay out here?
You don't see very often at these.
You're from here, so don't be the you guys.
Are you right?
You guys is now you.
You're right.
All right.
Sorry.
So you know where to start with this?
I do not. I know that I don't like mayonnaise, so
You need a little bit.
less of that is.
Wait, has he had Japanese mayonnaise?
Have you had it's Japanese mayonnaise?
Oh yeah, I love
You love what?
sushi. So
You love sushi, so you've had it.
yes.
You know that little spicy combination, sriracha? This sriracha and Japanese mayonnaise is a classic combination.
Oh, I'll try anything.
Open that
What
up.
is that?
Okay, so
Oh,
this
here
is
we
the
go.
crab. And we've done this before. This is the pasteurized crab. Show the camera. Look how beautiful that is, right? You can go to the supermarket and you can get, a crab in a tin that's like beside the salmon and the canned tuna, and that stuff is horrid. This stuff is not. There's just nice. Here, have a piece. Thanks, man. It's so sweet and delicious, and honestly, I don't know what makes a Maryland crab cake, but I know what makes what we're going to do today.
So where's this crab from?
Supermarket.
Supermarket.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tastes good.
I know you went less. What did you say?
Less filler.
Less filler. So, but you need a little bit to hold it together. Okay. So how's that?
That's good.
That's cool.
That's good.
Okay. So we got that. We got a little. We're using panko breadcrumbs because it's lighter than regular breadcrumbs. It's better. It makes things crispier. You need a little mayo, and I know you're not a mayonnaise fan. Don't freak out over this. So a little bit of mayo is going to help this thing. I put a little Dijon mustard in.
I love mustard.
Okay, not too much. We don't go crazy. Worcestershire, you good with that?
Uh huh.
Okay, good.
Get crazy.
Old Bay. Let you do that, brother.
Where's that?
Look at you. And you said you were no good with measuring.
Is this good?
It's perfect.
All right.
Salt, everything needs a little salt, right? Why?
Absolutely.
Why does it need salt?
It
Come on now.
takes
Come on
the
now.
moisture out of things, right?
No.
No.
It enhances all the natural flavors.
Okay.
If you ate a piece of crab by itself with no salt, and right beside it was a piece of crab with a little bit of salt, the crab with the salt would taste crabbier, taste way better. If you go to this drawer, this top drawer right here, get a big spoon over there on the left, on the right, sorry. We're gonna mix this up. I'm gonna put, I like a little spice. You good with a little spice?
Yes.
You could do red pepper flakes, but I like a little sriracha. So
I
there
grew
we
up
go.
in San Diego, so I'm
There you go. So mix all that together, my friend. And I think we're there. Oh, I want to throw an egg in. We want one egg.
I think we're there.
Let me find one egg. There you go. And excuse me for 1 sec. Let me get a pen. Let's go.
Is this an HD?
Do you want it to be in HD? Where the hell is my...
Gosh.
I'm missing... Sorry, Lynn. I know this is really bad. I'm missing my big cast iron pan, which is a little disturbing.
There's only so many places a cast iron pan could go, man.
I know, and it's not here. Oh, I know where it is. It's outside. I used it. I did a couple big ribeyes the other day. Whatever. Okay, let me get this guy in the heat. Use this guy.
Nick is still mixing.
You're doing a nice job. Now, you have to taste along the way. That same drawer is, you'll get a couple forks from there. We might need a little pepper from this, we'll see. Taste it. If it's good at this point, it'll be good in a crab cake. If it's bad at this point,
Wow.
it tastes pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You good with
I
that?
was trying to practice this response because
That was a completely legitimate response. It's missing one thing that I would like.
Okay.
A little bit of green.
Oh, God.
Stop it, man. Let's do this. Let's just give it, I don't even know if I have it. Just a little green onion. And I don't have green onion. You know what I have? Are you okay with green onion? Mm-hmm. This is a spring onion.
Wow, is that a magnet?
Yeah. Well, you probably have cool stuff when it comes to cooking. I have cool stuff when it comes to cooking.
I bought this knife for as a wedding gift.
And have you used it?
Not he has, yeah. He loves it. He
Oh,
was my-
you bought it
he
for
was-
somebody.
He was my college long snapper.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay. So this is just a big ass spring onion. So we'll just give it some of this. Not quite enough, actually. Hey, Max, reach into that bag beside you. Grab me. That's good. Beautiful. Okay. We're just going to throw this into just a little bit, right?
Okay.
Are you good with the knife?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look.
Oh, jeez.
So I was
Let's
told
go.
just-
Oh God!
You're going to be responsible.
Look at that! Look at that! Get close. Can we get close on that, Lynn, please? Do that again. Look at that.
We're going to get sued by the
No, you see the knuckles are back.
He's
The
being
kid
real
knows
careful.
what he's doing.
Sam the cooking guy injures charges chicken real bad.
Well, fortunately, he's not using his feet. We don't really have to worry about that too much. I wouldn't let him cut with his feet. Okay, the onions go in. Nick, mix that up a little bit more. This pan's there. Let's just get a little bit of this.
I'm sorry, wait, did you just hold the pan to your nose?
No, I held the pan like this. It tells me how hot it is. I mean, I guess I could do that, but my face is kind of a better.
I feel like that's the most
better-
dangerous thing we've ever done on the show.
It's okay. Maybe it's. I'm not saying it's a bright thing to do. So now a little oil in here. We're not using a lot. Look, we're not deep frying these, but we need this in here. So now, Nick, we're just going to hand shape these. So what do you think? How do you want to? Do you want to make them big or little?
I don't know, kind of medium.
Okay.
Probably,
let's do
make, probably
this.
make two with that, maybe.
You want two? I think we can
No,
make.
no.
I think we can
About
make
4
more.
or 5. Yeah.
Okay, so look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this.
Okay. Nice, just like a hamburger.
Exactly, right? That's kind of nice, right? We want to take pictures with a couple, and these guys are going to want to taste it. We want to eat some, okay? So here's one. You want to make one?
Oh, absolutely.
That's the size you're going for right there. I'm not saying my size is right or wrong. I'm just saying that's where I started.
So is this the best crab cake you've ever had?
I think it's going to be.
Yours?
Probably. I mean, and so do this. I like it when you do that. Make it, you want to kind of get this shape to it. I like the flat on the top. You're a little round on top. See where I'm going here? Hold that up to Max. Let Max see yours and mine. Okay, you're pretty good. Okay, so here we go. This is hot. So now we're going to put this guy in.
Nice.
There we go.
Love that sound.
Yours? It's a good sound, right, Lynn? Okay, get over there, Mr. Novak. Start making another one. Come on. We want these cooking at roughly the same time.
Okay. That's what I like. A little pressure. It's good.
Kicking's all about consistency.
Isn't it? Okay, we'll get one more. One more out of here. Beautiful. So here's what we've learned. We've learned a half a pound of crab meat will make 5 of these things.
Nice.
Here we go. All right. This is fantastic. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you can wash your hands right here, Nick.
Okay.
Here's where we're at. The crab cakes are going to cook. A couple minutes on each side. Then we're going to bring them out. We do want a sauce for them, or you just want to eat them like this, little lemon juice? And how do you like to eat your crab cakes?
No sauce.
Just lemon?
Lemon, yeah, lemon and a little Old Bay.
Let's go. A little bit more Old Bay.
Yeah.
First, I want you to know, every time I point at you, I want you to say these words.
Okay.
Perch, okay? You know, one of our favorite sponsors on this show,
Perch.
Kitchen Bath Outdoor, an amazing store, right? You can't go to
Perch.
and not and not find things that you want to put in your kitchen, in your bathroom. In fact, everything from here, you can get it Perch yourself. Oh, sorry. Everything from here, you can get it
Perch.
That's right. They're in San Diego, they're in Costa Mesa, they're in Rancho Mirage, they're in Glendale. They opened up last weekend in Chicago. So if you're not going to
Perch.
then you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Yes.
Nick Novak just called you an idiot if you don't go to Perch. Check them out on the internet, theperch.com, Facebook, they're there. Don't go away. We come back, Nick Novak and I are eating basically his crab cakes. Okay, they're really mine, but we're going to let them know they're his. We want to inflate his ego just a little bit. Damn looking crab cakes, aren't they?
Can you tell who's who?
I know. This one are mine, and those are Nick's. Not that there's anything wrong with any of them. They're beautiful. Mine are just, Nick's are a tiny bit larger, and mine are just a tiny bit smaller. But so when there's a thing that's been cooking in, oil, stuff like this, oil, we can call it oil. I like to give it just a quick little sit on a paper towel, just for a second. And so that's what we'll do to these guys. And then we're going to plate them like this, right? Hey, will you grab 2 small plates right there? In the break, Max and Lynn were asking Nick all kinds of football questions. How much did you talk to the? What did you want to know?
How much do you talk to the head coach?
How much do you talk to the head coach and blah blah blah, and who gives you directions and blah blah blah. And I'm just like mindless because I'm not really a football guy. I appreciate what you do, but those little details are kind of beyond me.
Right.
What he was doing during the break, he was doing this. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is good. I like this. Oh, organized.
Yeah.
It's going through.
Everything has a
Curious.
place.
He's
I like it.
curious.
He's curious, right? Okay, I'm going to give you yours. I'll take myself one of mine, and then I'll put all of ours up here like this.
Just so you know who I am, I got my jersey on now.
That's right.
He put on his jersey.
That's
during the
right.
break, too.
We think he was supposed to be wearing it the whole time. We're not sure, though, right?
Right.
A little shout out to UCSD Healthcare System.
That's right.
Uh-oh,
Our big sponsors.
Right, and then one more crab cake. We'll just put this guy right up here. So here's our work, ladies and gentlemen. If I was doing this the right way, I would go like this. I'll just give it a little more. Like I would give each of ours a little bit more of this, Nick.
Yeah, presentation.
That's right. And then here Nick wants a little bit more Old Bay, so we'll give these guys a tiny bit here. Over the top. A little bit for you?
Absolutely. I didn't know what Old Bay was until I went to Maryland.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't live without Old Bay around here. We do love it. Okay, that's yours. We could have made like a little remoulade thing, you know, to have this. But you didn't want that. You wanted to go straight up like this. Should we have them? So I like a crab cake that's still soft in the center, and that's, I think, we're crispy outside, we're soft in the center. I think we did okay, man. Right?
Man, it's
It's-
piping hot in the middle, crispy on the outside.
And it's not like you're overwhelmed with the sriracha. Just a tiny little hint of spice in there. You get the Old Bay,
Not too much salt.
and I'm not tasting any breadcrumb.
Nope.
It's just there to help us pull the whole thing together.
A little bit of crisp though with the onion.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
I have an eating problem, apparently. All right, well, so today's been a great day. You, my friend, my new friend, thank you so much.
Been a pleasure.
You're a great guy. I want more people to get to know who you are really, and they should watch this. They should come up to you on the street and talk to you because you're truly a genuine, really great guy.
Well, thank you. And
And-
you're a San Diego legend yourself.
Thank you. I
And,
appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Thank you. All right. Make these crab cakes, but more importantly, support the Chargers and this guy right here, number 9,
9.
putting it through a, what was it, a 6 inch?
6 yards, 6 inches.
No.
18 feet.
The practice ones.
9 feet.
9 feet. There you go. If he can put it through 9 feet, you can go support and watch him.
Yep. Most important thing is our fans. So,
There you go. Love you so
our last game against.
All right. The humility thing's starting to get a little old right now. Love you, man, but really stop it. Thanks for being here. Hey, it's Pro Athlete Week. Adrian Gonzalez, Wednesday, and Vincent Jackson Friday. Watch those shows. We love you for hanging out with us. Tell your friends. Thanks for being here. See you.